Welcome back to another day of customer service with old Joe. Hey, how's it going, old Joe?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I understand that you had an experience when you had to go out and try to find a new car.
Boy, did I ever.
Well, what were you looking for, a new Ford, Chevy, or whatever?
I'm a Chevy guy. I like Chevys. Yeah.
And so, from what I understand, is you were driving down the highway and you saw this big GM sign.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody says that you pulled into the lot, and even though there wasn't too many cars, you decided to take a look around.
Oh, yeah, that's correct.
And so what happened?
Well, I didn't see any cars that I liked, so I decided to leave.
And so somebody said that you got into a car which you thought was a transport car or a shuttle car.
Boy, did I ever.
And was there anybody else in the car?
Oh, yeah. There were these two dudes in there, just sitting there.
And so what happened? You got in, sat in the back seat, buckled up.
Oh, yeah. And then I realized it was a crash test dummy car! Yay!
Looking kind of spiffy today, Joe. Did you get a new outfit? You got a new job coming up or something?
Yeah, look at my shoes. Those are pretty cool.
I didn't know that you were a big fan of the movies, Joe.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Well, that's pretty popular. That's Despicable Me Too, I believe.
Yep. I like those people. They're a lot of fun. They're crazy, but fun.
So, you think that the new shoes are going to help you get a job?
Well, I hope so, but I got new socks too, see right there. And they got gorillas on them, monkeys. But anyway, enough about the shoes. Um,
So, Joe, why did you come in today?
um, I don't know, because you asked me, I guess.
So, that's right, we did ask you. Oh, I know, Joe, I remember because we wanted you to tell us another story about customer service.
Oh, sure, come on. I'll tell you another one.
Have you ever had any, really scary stories, Joe? Like maybe something that happened, something?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I got a call from a lawyer one time. Oh, I was scared.
A lawyer, did you do something wrong?
No way.
So, why was the lawyer calling you?
Um, I don't remember why he called me, but I think he liked me because he wanted to buy me donuts.
Donuts? But didn't you work in a call center?
Uh, oh, yeah.
So, what was this guy going to show up at the door and bring you donuts?
Uh, no. He just said that I was the best in customer service he'd ever seen, and he wanted to send me a case of donuts.
What did you do?
I was scared. We're not supposed to accept gratuities.
Yeah, a lot of places have that you can't get gratuities at work. That's just part of the customer service thing.
Yeah, I know. So I just said thanks, but no thanks.
Well, that's a good thing. So, why was that scary?
Well, he is a lawyer. I didn't want to do the wrong thing. But anyway, we'll save that for the next time. And
Yeah, old Joe here has been wanting to make a stage presence for a little while, but he's finally ready, I think.
yeah.
And so, what kind of things do you want to do on the series, Old Joe?
Well, I would like to tell about my customer service stories. That would be fun. Uh, oh, yeah. Um,
Well, do you remember your first day in customer service, your first day on the job?
Oh, do I ever.
Well, can you tell us what happened?
Well, I just started my new job, and I really hate to say it.
Go ahead, Joe, you can, it's okay. So you're starting a new job, and what happened?
Well, I got to my desk, checked out my shoes, dressed okay, I fixed my hat, and I sat down at my desk.
So, Joe, was that scary?
No way.
Well, then what happened?
Well, sometimes things happen that you don't want to happen. Like in this particular instance, geez, I don't even know if I want to say it. It's kind of embarrassing.
Oh, Joe, you can tell us, it's okay.
Well, okay. I sat at my desk and I looked at the phone. It started ringing and ringing and ringing.
Did you answer it?
I was afraid.
So, Joe, but you're in customer service. Isn't it your job to pick up the phone?
Yeah, well, I guess that's what they pay me for. But anyway, the phone was ringing, and all of a sudden I had this urge.
Urge? Like to yell at the phone or something?
Oh, no way. I had this urge to, I had to go wee-wee!
So, what did you do?
I ran away.
You keep telling us that you're an expert at customer service.
Oh, yeah.
Really? How long have you been doing customer service?
I don't even think I want to say.
Well, you don't have to age yourself. Is that what you're saying?
But no, but just looks bad.
So, Joe, how did you get involved in customer service anyway? I thought from what somebody told me is that you were a bird watcher.
Oh, yeah, I am a bird watcher.
So, why did you get involved in customer service then?
Well, you see, the real story is that I got a job, or tried to get a job, as a pilot.
Pilot?
Yeah, they have customer service there, and they say, come on, welcome aboard, and they wave people in and talk to people.
You mean like a steward or stewardess?
Oh, yeah. And so I tried for that job.
Well, what happened? Did they not like the way you dressed? I mean, you got nice shoes on.
Oh, yeah, I got great shoes. Did you see my shoes? What was the question?
Oh, Joe, the question is why did you take that job? Or why did you try to get a job as a stewardess on airlines?
I thought because I said I was a bird watcher.
Yes, you did say you were a bird watcher, but what does that have to do with planes?
Well, silly me. I thought that if I got a job as a pilot, I could sit right up front and see the birds.
Joe, did that work out for you?
No way.
How come? Well, there must have been some reason why it didn't work.
Well, there was. I was sitting in the pilot's seat, and the big bird came flying at me. And I just yelled out, "What the hell was that?"
That doesn't sound like the thing for the pilot to do.
I was scared, let go of the wheel, and went hid in the bathroom. Well, one day the boss came out, and he was handing out checks, paychecks.
Well, that's a good thing. That doesn't sound like nothing too shocking.
Well, for me it wasn't. But there was this coworker of mine who apparently hadn't even cashed the check from the payday before.
Oh, well, what was with that? What did the boss say to him?
The boss told him, "Cash that check. You're messing up my payroll."
And so did the guy get nervous and go cash the check?
No way. He said, "I don't need the money. I live at home with Mom and Dad. And then he pulled out his cigarette lighter and he lit the check on fire! Oh dear. I ran away.
Do you remember, Joe, any stories, like deadlines that you had, maybe when you were finishing up a job and you had to get it done by a certain time and maybe the boss was on your tail about it or whatever?
Oh, do I ever.
Well, can you tell us about that one?
Oh, sure. Come on, I'll tell you.
Well, what happened?
Well, I was finishing up this project, and all of a sudden the boss stormed out of the office. And he came over and he stood by me.
Were you nervous?
Well, I guess I was a little nervous.
So what happened?
Well, the boss just stared at me and he said, "Oh, Joe, where do we stand?" And I couldn't think of anything to say. So I just yelled out, "Right here!" And he walked away. Well, this one's about break time.
Break time. You mean if you work so many hours, you get a 10-minute break to go and have a bite to eat or go to the bathroom, whatever?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what's supposed to happen.
Well, what happened on this particular day?
Well, I had this whiny customer on the phone, and all the person wanted to do was talk. I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
And so, what did you do?
Well, we're not supposed to put people on hold, so I couldn't really get any help.
So you just let the person just talk?
Well, what really happened is I was sitting there trying to figure out what I was going to do, and I looked up at the clock. Oh my, it was break time. I put the phone down on the desk and went on break.
That doesn't sound like a good thing to do, Joe.
No, it wasn't.
And what's this one about today?
Well, I like to call it my greatest hits.
Your greatest hits? We're not talking about music or anything, Joe.
Well, let me tell you. One day the boss decided to call me into the office, And here I was doing a really good job. And he said, "Oh, Joe, I just want to let you know that we're watching you. And I want to remind you that all of your calls are recorded." Whoa, how cool. Because I know I was doing a really good job. So I simply said, "Thank you, sir. Can I get a CD of my greatest hits?" That wasn't what he meant. Lost that job. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, I understand that one day, old Joe, somebody asked you to be the boss.
Oh, yeah, it was awful.
Well, what happened? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I got this call from this guy that wanted to speak to the supervisor.
And did that go well?
No, because when I tried to hand the phone call off to the boss, he said, "Oh, Joe, I don't feel like it. You'll be the boss today." Ah, I was so nervous, so scared. I didn't know what to do. I was feeling really pressurized. So I started sobbing and sniveling, and I just couldn't help it. I just yelled out, "I gotta go, wee wee!" And I ran away.
That does not sound like good customer service, Joe.
Well, it wasn't.
So did the guy call back?
Yeah, that's what made it even worse. The guy called back and said, "Oh, Joe, did you hang up on me?" And I couldn't help it. I just started making crackling noises and I put the phone down. Ah, I don't want to be the boss. Well, I could entertain you people.
Oh yeah, entertainment's good. So you're hoping to be like, on stage?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we should watch for future videos from you then, hey?
Oh, yeah. Just come along, bring your friends. And thanks for watching for sure. I really appreciate it. So remember, if you like me, and I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you like me, hit the subscribe button down there and tell all of your friends. I don't have many, so you can tell yours. Oh yeah, and boing, hit the notification button. That way, every time I make a new video, you'll get to see it. And it stars me, Old Joe.